Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back with Fatz Chats and brand new episode, brand new layout. We're here with Mac. How are you doing, Mac?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, good, man. Good. It's good to be in here. It's a hot day today.
It is.
I'm sweating my little titties off. Um, but yeah, tell us about yourself and what you do.
So I'm a personal trainer and an online coach.
Nice.
I've recently just started out this year. So yeah, following my passion and my love towards fitness. It's always been a great passion of mine. I've been doing it for the last 16 years.
Yep.
Started 16 years, 10 years, sorry.
10 years.
Started at 16. Previously, before that, I was a landscaper. Had been doing that for 14 years. I just decided to take a new route in life. Just kind of follow what I loved doing more often.
Yeah.
Alongside that, I set up my mum with a dog walking business.
Nice.
So I help sort of run alongside that with her. So yeah, keeping myself busy and taking life as it comes, really.
What made you go into the fitness industry, Shell? I think a lot of people need to move a lot more anyway, because a lot of lazy fucks out there. But what made you go into the fitness industry? You say you got into it at 16. What got you into it?
So I never settled down in school very well, and I found it very hard to find ways of like fitting in and socialising. I always found that very difficult, especially my childhood growing up wasn't exactly brilliant. I was very shy, very reserved. And I remember going to my therapist when I was younger, and she said to me, find something that you enjoy, find something that you will love. And I remember watching films growing up as a kid with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Always a massive inspiration.
Legend,
Inspiration of mine. And I remember with my brother, we got a home gym, and I remember I started working out from home.
Yeah.
And eventually just started training, all my friends sort of taking the mick out of me. And ever since from then, I used to train from Asterix.
Yeah.
After I kind of like built up a bit of size. Went to Asterix, got membership there. Unfortunately, it's closed down. It's been closed.
Long gone now.
Long
Many
gone.
years ago.
Yeah. And that's the reason I started, really, was mental health and trying to find ways to overcome being anxious.
Yeah.
So I found it helped me massively with that. So ever since, I've always just stuck with fitness, and it's changed my life completely. I'm disciplined. I have a structure and a routine set in place.
Yeah.
It's a feel good hormone. I've never known anyone to come out of the gym and not feel good.
I think that's a lot of people, a lot of reasons that people start the gym. It's the mental health side of it.
It is.
A lot of people,
yeah.
And they don't. There's a lot of people who started because of that, but a lot of people who don't do it because they suffer with mental health, who should do it because it will fix their mental health or aid their mental health.
Yeah. It will help maintain, what struggles they may have. And I find some people struggle to get into the gym because they feel like they're going to be judged, or feel watched, because there's a lot of monsters in the gym. There's some big boys out there.
Yeah.
And people like myself, when I'm in the gym, I have my headphones on. I'm very, straight faced.
Yeah, that's a scary geezer.
outside, I'm a very down to earth person. Quite bubbly, just trying to give out sort of the best.
Yeah, a good aura, a good vibe.
Yeah, you've just got to take it as it comes. But
a lot of people in the gym, I think they come across as scary. They come across as people who are gonna, tell you to fuck off straight away. But they're not. Like, these people are on the same journey as you. These people are doing the same shit as you. These people got the same anxieties as you. People got the same issues. They're all facing different demons, and they're there for different reasons.
Yeah, definitely. I find the majority of the big guys that are in the gym, they've been training for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
And the majority of them are highly educated.
Yeah.
I've trained with a lot of big boys, and I don't think I've ever walked away without, knowing something new or hitting a PB.
Yeah, they're pushing you to become better.
They do. But I find, especially in commercial gyms, it can be very mixed cultured.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I find in gyms like that, you can meet so many different people.
Yeah.
I train down at Anytime Fitness, and I've been there for 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever move.
Good gym?
Purely, yeah, it's all right. It's small. We could probably do some more more equipment.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a bit outdated compared to, like Boss Gym when I've trained there.
Oh, good gym.
It's good. It is good. They got a variety of different like American gyms, American equipment.
Yeah.
PFG, also a solid,
Good gym.
bodybuilding
Good
gym.
powerlifting gym.
Powerlifting.
Yeah. Big
Very
boys down
good.
there.
Yeah. So, I do flex about, different gyms.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice. But no, anytime to me, it's like a family community. And it's just nice to see everybody kind of coming together. Everyone helps and supports each other. And yeah, you're always going to get that one knobhead.
Oh, there's many knobheads. No matter what you do in life, no matter where you go, there's knobheads.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't help it. You could be working in a retail store and you'd be having the best day, and some knobhead would walk through the door just to give you shit. A Kevin or a Karen just to give you some shit. The world is full of knobheads.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is true. But no, I find if you're going to start the gym, I've always advised people to train on their own.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
That's
say join the gym with someone.
Yeah.
It will all go well for the first month, 2 months.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time, if your friend drops out, you're going to drop out.
So your accountability partner fails, you fail. Yeah.
And it could be the wrong approach for some people, but that's my own opinion.
But it's solid advice. If you're going to rely on somebody else and the other person lets you down, and you find that excuse, you'll be like, well, they stopped, so I stopped. They're not going, so I'm not going.
Yeah.
So you've got that excuse, or that you've got that guilt-free let-out clause, rather than saying, oh, shit, it's my fault. I didn't go to the gym. I'll be like, do you know what? Dave didn't turn up, so I'm not going to go today.
Yeah, so you're
But that's Dave's fault.
yeah, you're killing your own journey and your own passion of something that you want to achieve.
Yeah.
And that's being sort of lacked because your gym partner doesn't want to go today because he's tired.
Solid advice. Different advice from most people, because everybody, I've always said to people, get one of your pals, go to the gym, you get an accountability partner. But again, you've got that kind of guilt-free area.
You're dependent on yourself, you're relying on yourself, and the discipline is there. And it's only left to you really to decide, whether you want to go to the gym or you don't. So I think it's something that you need to find a gym where you feel comfortable, and you feel like you're settled there.
Yeah.
I think that's very important, to find a gym where you feel part of the community.
I was talking to Coach Smithy, so it was on the podcast, the Perfect Body Zone podcast.
Right.
And he was saying that going down to the gym, when you find a good gym, you get exactly what you said. You get that family environment. You get around good people, push you forward, want what's best for you. Like the big guys, they seem scary, but they're going to help you with the workouts. They're going to give you solid advice. They're going to tell you to do better. And they're not there to judge you because they started in the same place as you.
Yeah, definitely. I find a lot of people feel like they're going to be judged. It's never the story. I don't think I've ever walked in a gym and I've seen someone point and laugh, or if someone's got a wrong form or a bad form, then 9 times out of 10 someone is going to approach you and say, mate, do you mind me giving you some advice? I've done it myself in gyms, and you might see someone looking thinking like, what's he doing? And I would rather go up to him and be like, look, this is my advice. I wouldn't just switch it up, show them the form, show them the way.
Good bit of support there.
Yeah. Just
not taking a piss.
Because I've started from there myself. I used to bench and used to be all over the place, or cable crossovers and.
I've been on the bench and I've put too much weight. A couple of 15s either side. It was the first time I was trying it. I put 15s on either side. Lifted it, and I tried to stay away from, when I first started, stay away from the free weight area, because there was no one with me, and I lifted it. I got 2, and then it got stuck on my chest, and I was like, fuck. I tried to get it up, and somebody had to run over from the other side of the gym. But again, that was scary. That was by myself. I pushed myself. Somebody saved me anyway. So it was that kind of, they supported to get that off of me. I didn't have to worry about it. I pushed myself. I knew what I could lift, and it was scary, but I did it. And I think everybody needs to realise that there's people there to support you through that.
100%. Yeah, it's good. That's when a training partner can come in handy.
I should have one that.
Yeah, damn it.
Pushing that PB, I should have one. We live in a society where you can't call people fat. Now, I'm a firm believer that not all bullying's good. Like, there's a lot of bullying that's, you know, it's detrimental. I got bullied for years in school because I was kind of a weird kid, and it's horrible because you know, there's a lot of people killing themselves through bullying. There's a lot of people that don't deserve a lot of the bullying, but I feel like there's a lot of sort of banter and bullying that needs to keep people accountable and in check, because if everything's okay, then people will kill themselves slowly anyway, and people will get away with a lot of shit. So if you say to somebody, you know, you know what, you're a bit fat, bro, you get it all the time. You know, you never see one of your boys and they be like, hey, you're getting a bit podgy, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that's accountability. That's one of your friends saying that you're accountable. If you run up to somebody who's real fat, real depressed, real out, you know, out of themselves, and they're not in a good place mentally and physically, and you start taking a piss out of them, that's a bad side of bullying. That's a horrible way to treat someone.
It's going to tip them over the edge.
Yeah, and that's horrible. But if you see someone getting overweight and nobody checks them, and everybody goes, it's bold and beautiful, you do you. At some point, they're gonna get depressed. At some point, they're gonna have health issues. At some point, they're gonna go down a bad path. And at some point, somebody should have been in check with them a long time ago to save them from going down that path.
100%.
So I think, you know, not bullying is the best thing to happen, but I think there has to be a part of it that we need to be like, you know, it's okay to offend people with things that they need to hear rather than what they want to hear.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think in that perspective, obviously, we do live in a society where obesity is an issue.
Oh, massively.
It's sad. I was having a conversation with one of my clients the other day, and you know, salad and salmon, things like that, you know, even chicken prices have gone up.
Yeah.
And it's the cost effective, you know, whereas you can go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac for what, a tenner.
Yeah.
But spending that on a healthy solution of a meal, it's, you know, 20 odd quid.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this is obviously where there's a loophole, you know, with society, because when people are overweight, there's going to be a lot of medical bills.
Yeah.
You know, it's a profitable margin for things. But as for the bullying thing, I mean, obviously, if people are overweight, some people are happy with it.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're happy with the way they live their lifestyle. But obviously, coming from a fitness background, I've always been very on the skinny side. I was always really skinny growing up as a kid. I could eat and eat and eat, and I was always just underweight.
Nice.
And yeah, a lot of people used to take the mick out of me for being, you know, like really, really scrawny.
Yeah.
And it's never nice, you know, and it's.
I wish I had that. I was always kind of a little chubby one, the big belly and that. But again, it's becoming accountable. Like
It is, yeah. I mean, it's finding a healthy balance between, you know, living comfortably. People have different routes, you know. They're either just going to be sort of overweight and slobby, and that's how they're just going to live, or you're going to stay fit, healthy and active. And I know which lifestyle I would rather choose.
Yeah, massive.
You know, a healthy mind, healthy body, it's just so much more positive. You know, you wake up in the morning, your clothes fit nice, you just feel good.
Radiate confidence.
Yeah.
And that takes you in a lot of places in life, that confidence.
100%. Whereas, you know, if you go out, have a takeaway, or you rely on takeaways, it's a lot of pressure on the body, you know. And I do it myself if I've gone out and I've eaten a meal or eaten a takeaway, and I just feel sluggish.
All the time.
You know,
Every single time I have a takeaway, I'm like, right, I want that kebab, I want that greasy food, I want that nice takeaway. And it's enjoyable while you do it, don't get me wrong. Having a good takeaway every now and again is lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
Absolutely great. But you do get that sluggishness. You become lethargic. You get really, really tired. You feel really shit. And if you had a greasy one, you feel horrible on the inside, and your skin feels horrible quite quick.
It does. Your skin can become very greasy very quickly.
Yeah.
I find even myself, excuse me, when I have a takeaway, and you know, a couple of days later, I can, you know, see one of those little spots growing up on my face, and you know, it does.
Yeah.
It does. But no, it's just, you got to find just a healthy balance.
Yeah. Well, talking about takeaways, I got a video here to show you. I want to get your opinion on this video. So, this is. Let me get this loaded up.
We need vaccinate. So we know we have to make it convenient. We know we have to make it easy. We need...
No, not that video. Hold on. Where is it? Documents. All right. So here's the video.
Free fries when you get vaccinated.
Free fries when you get vaccinated.
I got vaccinated. You're saying I could get this? These delicious fries.
So bearing in mind, this is the news program in New York during the pandemic.
Burger element to this?
You get free fries and a burger when you get vaccinated.
Is it too early in the day to eat a burger? No. This could be breakfast. Okay.
What?
I want you to look at this and think about, again, some people love hamburgers, some don't. Really want to respect all ways of life. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination.
Think of a hamburger when you think of vaccination. Think of a free takeaway when you think of vaccination. Now, what's your thought? What's your ideas on that? The giving away free food, free junk food.
To start with, they're trying to manipulate people.
Oh man, fucking.
That's for starters. And obviously, if you offer someone something for free, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
But then obviously that's a massive scare, especially when it comes to the vaccination, that they're not pushing as many vaccines as they were anticipating.
Yeah.
So obviously, to bump the numbers, they're going to give out freebies.
Yeah.
You know, again, potentially it could have been a healthy meal.
Here's a free £10 voucher that you can spend on only fruit and veg during the pandemic.
Yeah.
People are like, no, after you give away vouchers, they're gonna make everybody go to alcohol. No, that's your choice if you want to go to alcohol.
Yeah.
But here's just fruit and veg you can buy in any supermarket.
But no, they won't do that.
No.
So
So
oh,
it's a difficult topic for a lot of people because I'm not like anti-vax. I'm not like well against it, but I'm just not gonna take it. I'm not doing it. I'm good.
no, I never done vaccinations.
No.
I never done my vaccine, especially through the COVID. And I did get COVID once. I didn't find it affected me whatsoever.
No, I tried to
Stayed
catch
in
it.
the house and I was just training at home, skipping in the garden.
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
That training.
eating healthy. But I was a strong believer that, again, you know, science, this, you know, in this generation, it's very advanced
Yeah.
to what it was back in the day. But I found it was too quick, you know, with the vaccines. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. It was convenient, you know. My auntie passed away shortly after she had her vaccination. Like
Scary. That's scary.
blood
Yeah.
clots and things like that.
There you
So-
go. That a lot of people have done that. Yeah.
yeah. So from then, I was just like, nah, I'm not having it done. But again, that's a personal choice.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to stop me going to certain countries, and so be it.
Well, that's what they did. They did that scare tactic. If you don't get vaccinated, you're not going to this country. You're not going to this place. You're not doing this. And they've withdrawn all that anyway. So you can still go anywhere. You can still do anything. You can still live the life that you was living before. But they try to scare so many people into it. You'll lose your job if you don't get vaccinated. Some jobs they did got rid of a few people during the height of the pandemic. And I get that. But at no point can I ever believe or take anybody seriously when they say, oh, they care about our health. They shut the gyms. They shut shops that you could get groceries from. They kept open fast food places, you know. And they're saying, yeah, come and get boosted and that will give you free fast food. There was like vouchers for fast food. You know, you can still buy your alcohol, your fags. You can't go to the gym. Don't go outside and work out. Don't get vitamin D.
No.
Like, they care about your health, but they give you all the bad and take away all the good.
Yeah. To me, it came across as a bit of a hoax.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people felt like that. It just come out of nowhere, and then it disappeared within 2 years. There's something that they said was life-threatening, and everybody needs to have these vaccines, and then it just disappears in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's still about now. People have done COVID tests and gone, oh, I've got COVID. But then even the testers that you would do, tests for it. You know, there was people putting aerosol on them, and they were coming up positive. It's just a bad cold, you know, and you're probably banged up in bed for a little bit. But apart from that, you know, again, pushing unhealthy food.
Yeah.
They're just trying to kill people.
I'm telling you. And a lot of people say it's conspiracy theories, but a lot of people do believe that they're just trying to decline numbers. They're just trying to cut back on people. They're just trying to, and there's got to be the New World Order, and there's all that. And then I won't go too deep into it, 'cause some people are going to get real anal on it. Like, you're a conspiracy theory. You got to throw your hat on. But a lot of the shit that they've said has come true anyway.
It's true. It is true. Yeah, I find with with that subject, there's a lot of, I think there was more to it than what it was. You know,
Yeah.
the world is overpopulated. They are trying to kill off numbers, and with food choices and sources like that, you know, the government rely obviously on taxes
Yeah.
and making profit off of medicine. And if people aren't getting ill,
Yeah.
they don't need medicine.
So
you
better
know.
make some help.
Exactly.
Kill off some of these motherfuckers. That's why there's so many processed foods, and I've been very cautious and wary about processed food lately, because I'm like, do you know what? It doesn't matter if I put on a little bit of weight, because I can work that off. I know I can work it off. I know I can get in shape. But in my head, I'm like, bro, how many of these foods are going to give me cancer? How many of these foods are going to slowly kill me? How many of these foods are fucking my heart, my lungs, my health in long term, kind of? And I'm looking at the sugar intake, and I'm, wait a minute. I might not get fat, I might not get lazy, and I might not be a slob, but I'm ending up going to kill myself because they've decided to kill me with the processed shit.
Yeah, see, I refuse to get my meats from superstores.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore. If you get a pack of mince from Tesco's and you get a pack of mince from the butcher's, I guarantee you the butcher's meat is going to be so much better. And to me, it seems cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, I can get a kilo of mince for £9. And you can get 350, 400 grams for, what is it, £6.30?
Yeah.
Something like that these days. And you can taste the difference. I just wouldn't, you know, I had a background from my family from, you know, living on farms and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is all processed, you know, and the animals and stuff, they're most likely being injected or fattened up with some type of processed feeder.
Yes.
You know, I always try and go for the best route, especially with the meat. Even with vegetables and stuff, you know, my old man or my mum got chickens, and you know,
Yeah.
get my free range eggs. I know where it all comes from, you know, potatoes and stuff. I try and get it all fresh out of the ground. So
I do a lot of the healthier eating, getting the good stuff in ya. I don't go to a butcher's. I need to go to a butcher's now that you've said that, because I'm now thinking that they're going to kill me off that way. I'll be sitting in my house soon like, nah, they're killing me. I've been big on this prepping as well lately. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to buy some more knives, another first aid kit. What cans can I store in the attic? Like, I don't know why, but it's in my head. I'm like, right, I need to prep some shit. I got like 3 torches in the car, 3 sets of gloves, 1 gloves with padded things. I'm like, right, they're gonna come for me. I got a stab-proof vest. People are like, you're fucking losing it. A little bit, yeah, but
you just don't know this generation, do you?
Yeah.
You know, especially with the community these days, it's taking a turn for the
look
worst.
at all the riots that have happened. That's the society's so fucked. Everybody just needs something to spark it off.
Yeah.
And people they're looking for things to spark it off, and it's mostly young people that are looking for it. But you do get the older generation who are going to join in and do a little bit of looting and criminal damage and hurting people. But coming back to the foods, I do a lot of stuff in shakes. So if I have a protein shake, it's got to have handful of spinach, 3 mushrooms, turmeric, black pepper, cayenne pepper, and then I have milk, and then I'll have the protein and creatine. But I have all that into one shake sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a big old shake.
Yeah, and it comes out quite thick.
Yeah.
But you just down it, and in my head, I'm like, do you know what? I've got at least 3 mushrooms in that time. I have another 3 mushrooms. That's 6 raw mushrooms a day. That's 2 handful of spinach. Turmeric's good for an anti-inflammatory and cancer fighting. I'm like, right, I've got to get a load of that in. So in my head, I'm like, I'm doing good. I'm healthy.
Yeah. I'm pretty similar on the shakes. You know, majority in the mornings I do like a smoothie.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great way to start the day. You know, the intestines and things. And yeah, I mean, when it comes to the protein shakes, I have the same. You know, powder, bit of milk, a couple of bananas.
Nice.
I throw my creatine in there as well. A lot of people would probably call me sick, but I put all of my vitamins in there as well.
Nice.
Blend it all up.
Easier.
You know.
Get it all done in one.
Yeah, just get it done. They don't always taste brilliant, but
No.
you know, sometimes drinking your products and blending up a bit of food, it's just quicker, easier to digest. You know.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Get it down in one. Don't worry about it. And it comes back to that CT Fletcher. Have you ever seen that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, we're not eating for taste, motherfuckers.
It's big. I'm a big fan of CT Fletcher.
Oh,
it's a shame.
fucking legend.
It's a shame he's getting older now, and you can really start to see it. But
Yeah.
I think his son is starting to
Hopefully he takes over the same
come
way.
on the
Yeah.
rise. I've always wanted to go to his gym. I've got a quote of his. What's his quote? Self-made. I don't know where I've got it tattooed. Oh, it's on the side of my hands.
Self-made. Yeah.
He's got self-made tattooed on him. Was it Iron Addicts? I think it might be Iron Addicts. Yeah, I think it's that one.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
One of them.
Yeah. I've got so many these days. But yeah, no, he's a great bloke. He doesn't pussyfoot about. He just gets straight to the point.
And I think we need more of that. No pussyfooting about.
Yeah, I do that with my clients. I'm not harsh on them, but I give them the discipline that they need. And sometimes it's what people need. Some people need pushing. There's a right way of approaching it. Some people, if they're a bit more kind of reserved and they're a bit more shy, a bit sentimental.
Yeah.
And obviously, you take different approaches. But the people that, willingly come to me and they're like, right, I want you to sort me out. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Let's get to work.
Let's get it done. So yeah, going back to you just said you kind of don't pussyfoot around. And I think one of the worst things in society now is there's too much pussyfooting around. We've got to accept everybody the way they are. If you're fat, you're fat and beautiful. Like a lot of women will say Lizzo is a beautiful, empowering, inspiring woman. But if you call them Lizzo, or they look like Lizzo, or they look like a bigger celebrity that they've accepted, they get really offended. So why would you get offended if you don't want to aspire to be like that person?
Yeah, see, again, it's very difficult for society with, pussyfooting around and everyone having equal rights. It's absolutely fine. But I think it depends on how people are brought up.
Yeah.
I was brought up very disciplined. I had very harsh, I would say, fatherhood.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, do as you're told. And I was like, okay. So yeah, I think it does depend. It's no different with my own son. I discipline him, but in the right ways.
Yeah.
I teach him from right to wrong as best as I can. If he does wrong, then again you get timed out. You lose time on your Xbox.
Yeah.
I try and get him into the fitness side of things.
Good.
Even if it's just running, go and play football. Some type of physical sport that does teach you the discipline from a young age.
It's very much needed.
A lot of parents, when I was growing up as a kid, we didn't really have mobile phones, and if we did, they got taken away at a certain time.
Yeah.
And now you got kids up till God knows what.
You've got a society of children being brought up by screens rather than their parents.
Yeah,
now.
you have.
And then you wonder why the kids are fucked. Well, the kids are fucked because they've been, desensitized to everything in life because they've seen it all on the screen. They've seen the murders, they've seen the abuse, they've seen the rappers, they've seen the money, they've seen the drugs, and then they become desensitized.
Yeah, see, I feel this is possibility a reason why, well, one of many reasons why Andrew Tate got removed from social media.
Ooh, Andrew Tate. Oh, no.
I'm not saying I'm a supporter, and I don't agree with everything that he says.
Oh, yeah,
But
I'm with you there.
when certain aspects that he follows, or advice that he gives you about, discipline,
Yeah.
and things like that, and just being creative, being respectful, it does go a long way.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate thing, isn't it, with him, really?
Yeah. See, a lot of people get really offended by Andrew. Oh, how could Andrew Tate say this? If you go over all these clips, you're going to find shit that you don't like. But the vast majority of his message is be accountable, get to the gym, move your fat ass, earn some money, be good man, be good for your family, look after people. The vast majority of these messages that, and it is to a lot of young men.
He's
and
just
a lot of young
real.
men just don't fucking want to hear it because they want to sit on their ass, they want to play video games, they want to sell a bit of drugs, and they want to fuck women at the weekend.
Yeah, I think people are shy of hard work these days.
Oh,
and again, it might be a touchy subject. I've always worked very hard, regardless of what I've done.
Yeah.
If I've got an ambition or a dream, I'll do anything to chase it. Maybe that's just how I am. Maybe I just don't want to disappoint myself. I've thought about quitting many times and different things that I've tried to do in life. And you've just got to stay committed to the process and discipline. I mean, back in the day, you would be thrown into the army. You didn't have a choice.
Yeah. I think we need more of that.
Discipline. And today's society, you haven't really got that. You haven't got anything. You've either got it as growing up as a kid, or you know, you do put yourself into the army or you throw yourself in the gym. You know, if you're high up in a job somewhere, they're going to be disciplined because they don't want people, you know, pussyfooting about.
People get offended far too often now. So if you try and discipline someone, they'll automatically say, you can't do that. You can't tell me what to do. You can't force me to do that. So whether it's in schools, in prisons, in work, in their household with their parents, a lot of people, and that's not just aimed at young people, it's adults nowadays. Well, you got into the mentality if somebody else can't tell me what to do, and
100%.
and then they feel like they can quit too quick.
Yeah, see, I think that comes into the difference between a boss and a leader.
Yeah,
Whereas a boss is just gonna, you know, boss people about, do this, do that. But whereas a leader, they're gonna provide the discipline that you need, but also support you in the right direction of where, you know, you need to progress to. So there are different approaches when it comes to discipline. It's
it's a hard society to live in when everybody feels entitled, everybody feels like they're better than somebody else, everybody feels like they can get away with so much. I feel like we should bring back the cane in many cases. You know, going to jail. You know, everybody I know coming from a sort of negative past who's been to jail, they're like, yeah, cool, I don't mind going there. Get me an Xbox, I chill in the cell, I play pool. Like, there's obviously bad sides to jail, but it's very, very easy for a lot of people nowadays.
100%.
Especially when you hang around with your pals or you hang around with new friends that you're going to make in there with the same mentality that you've got. You know, it's not that locked up in a hole for 24 hours a day sort of thing. It's go chill on the wing for a bit, go watch TV in the cell with your mate, and you know, some jails you get takeaway. That's mad. But I think we live in a society where everything has to be accepted, or people feel like it has to be accepted.
100%. I mean, you know, going back many generations, if you know, I think even now in certain countries, you know, if you've cheated on your husband or things like that, you lose your finger.
Yeah, you see a lot of that, like stoning.
Yeah. And I know in certain degrees, you've got, like in America, you know, you've obviously got the chair and the injections. I don't think the chair they do so much anymore, only for severe cases, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously to that extent. But yeah, having Xboxes in prison and free membership, free food, friendships. If life goes tits up, that's where I'll be.
Yeah, I always said when I was in kind of that same mentality years ago, and I was in I'm going to be the biggest drug dealer, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to be the boss, everybody's going to respect me, and it was more built on fear. I wanted to be a gangster sort of thing.
Yeah,
and I was in that negative, mentality before I self-educated. But I was like, yeah, fuck it. If I don't get successful or millionaire by 30, fuck it. I just sell drugs and drink every day. Until I grew and I was like, actually, that's a bit of a dickhead move. But I think like a lot of people just go down that path because that's the easiest path to take.
It is. Again, a lot of people do it for financial situations, don't they? I mean, it's easy, isn't it?
What, drug dealing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I reckon. I don't see drug dealing as a bad thing. Like, I'm like, bro, if you're a drug dealer, cool, earn some money. Like, everybody should have a side hustle because the tax man can go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Like, all the tax man wants to do, or the government wants to do, give me some of your earnings. If you earn more, give me more of those earnings. You're like, what? I work more, so you take even more.
Yeah.
Yet the people who don't work get even more for not working.
Yeah.
And that's how society is just so fucked nowadays, especially in the UK. Work hard, work your ass off, and they're going to take some off of you and give it to the people who don't work at all.
Yeah, see, I find, especially with the school curriculum, it's not exactly my stronghold, but from my own personal opinion, in schools they teach you how to obviously get good grades.
Yeah.
They always tell you get good grades, get a good job. But that mentality, they don't teach you how to be financially stable.
No.
They don't teach you how to set up your own business. You know, everything that you need to know outside of school, they just don't teach you.
No.
And they do that obviously for a reason, just to control the population.
They need a few sheeple.
Yeah, they do. Which obviously, sometimes you've just not escaped the matrix.
Yeah.
But that's why people, you know, sell drugs and do side hustles, because
exactly, you got to have those side hustles. You know, even big people like Gary Vee, it's like you got to have a side hustle. You know, whether you're going do a car boot every now and again, there's garage sales in the US. You got to have a little bit of a cash in sum. You know, if you're a builder, you do a bit of cash work because you've got a bit of money to yourself that you're not putting on the books, and you've got to do that. And for years, I was avoiding the tax man, but it's bullshit that you work, get taxed, and then you have to struggle. Then you have to, especially in today's society, trying to buy a house now, no chance. Trying to build a business, so hard. You earn money, gets taken. Yeah. I know a lot of people who don't work, don't do shit, rent's paid, food's paid, get a load of money every month, and then they'll have the audacity to laugh at people who are working, and that just does my fucking head in.
I think that's why a lot of people get their backs up, you know, about, you know, people being on the dole or things like that, is because, you know, they see like they work in 40, 50, 60 hours plus week, and they seem worse off.
Yeah.
Someone that is, you know, is on the benefits. So yeah, again, I think it's just a choice, isn't it? You know, some people are better off just not working because they have a comfortable living. You know, if you've got kids and things, it might be a little bit easier for you to get a house.
I fully agree with people cheating the system as well. Like, I'm definitely, you know, I don't say fuck the government, but a lot of the government, what they do is fucked. You know, you pay so much and you get so little, and they'll take so much and you'll still get so little. So when people are doing a bit of benefit fraud, cool, do that. If you're dodging the tax man, cool, do that. Do whatever you need to do to look after yourself, but try and have some stability on yourself. Make sure you are hardworking. Make sure you are bringing in an income, even if there's a bit of cash income. Do what you can to make your life better and your family's life better. The thing that really gets my back up is people who decide to do fuck all, then entitle themselves to believe that they're better than anybody else because they sit on their arse all the time. They got their hand out for everything that they can get and laugh at people who are working, and then they still go live a life of luxury and lavish while everybody else fucking struggles. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, no, it does. It is that way, 100%. And yeah, I mean, for setting up your own business and things like that, I mean, when I first started out with my landscaping, I think I saved up like $2,000.
Yeah.
You know, I was working at the time.
Yeah.
You know, 7 days a week, just saving up a little bit of money. Bought myself a crap van for like
Good man.
600 quid. And yeah, some tools got handed to me, or
That's good.
you know, they got given to me. I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I'll take that. Some rusty chainsaw, you know, and a crappy shovel with no handle.
Bit WD-40 and wire brush, and that's
you know,
brand new,
do the job.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember getting started. I didn't have any money to pay for, you know, people's materials. I was like, how am I going to upfront their jobs?
Yeah.
And then I come up with obviously taking a deposit for contracts.
Yeah.
And I made sure that before I would write up their contract, I knew exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
And I would phone up the builders merchants and I'd be like, right, I need 10 bags of, you know, sharp sand.
Yeah.
You know, 10 bags of cement,
Yeah.
everything that I needed, and then I would write up the quote for the client saying, right, I need like a 40% deposit, you know, blah blah blah, and then they would transfer that over, saying like book them in a month in advance.
Yeah.
Just because to make out I was really busy.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. You know, got the contract signed, sent me the money, bought the materials. First job's booked in. And then, yeah, that's how I got myself set up. And I just continuously just kept doing it. And then obviously, you know, the jobs just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
And a lot of people could do that. Start from somewhere.
It's just finding, even now, sometimes, you know, I'll make little flower pots and things, you know, and I'll go sell them on eBay, you know, 20
Happy
quid.
days.
And, you know, it cost me £9.
Again, it's something small, but it's a little side hustle.
Yeah,
little cash
it's all,
income.
you know, you've only got to sell 10 of them and, you know, you make 100 quid extra. It's just finding ways to make an extra income that will work for you.
Yeah.
You know, so many opportunities. It's no different with T-shirts. You can go on different websites, print out, you know.
Yeah, you can demand and print a fire sort of stuff. Yeah,
you know, and do things like that. It's not necessarily drop shipping. But even if your friends support you, you know, there are multiple ways to get yourself set up, and like anything, you've got to start small and just let it build up over time. And a lot of people quit too early on.
Talking about friends supporting, what do you feel about friends who don't support your good shit? So I feel a lot of times people are calling other people friends but you've only got drink, drugs, and parties in common with those people. So that when you started your business, you got your van, you started, focusing on your business and your growth. Do you feel like everybody was around you supporting you, or do you think a few people dropped off because you had to do some different shit?
I mean, some of them did. A couple of my friends I ended up having work for me.
Nice. Good.
They were struggling with their own financials, or they wanted a different path, and I thought, okay, just come in as a labourer, pay you 60, 70 quid a day, just to get you started off. I'll train you up, teach you what you need to know, pay for them to get their courses done, and I'd set them up like that. Some of them still landscape now for different landscapers.
Good. So you basically help them. You taught a man to fish.
Exactly. Yeah. Just set them up, off they go.
Yeah.
And but no, with some friends, I mean, I don't have a lot of friends. I probably have a couple of decent friends that I could depend on.
Yeah.
And if I ever got stuck, they would probably help me out as and when I need it. It's an eye for an eye, really. You look after people, they look after you.
Yeah.
It's just mutual respect. But I did find, I had a few people that would kind of try and so I wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
Well, they would be like, yeah, again, you're boring, you don't come out, you don't drink, you don't do drugs.
That boring one.
The boring one. But it's not boring. That's just people trying to manipulate you to tell you that, oh, you're boring,
Yeah.
But they're not going to get anywhere in life. As harsh as that sounds.
But that's just them not being accountable for their own actions.
No,
or responsible for their own actions.
I look at it as in 5 years' time, when they're in the same position.
Same pub, same bag, same drugs, same women.
And they see me walking down the road or driving a nice car or, being in a house that I've earned and saved for, and being in a place where I want to be, and then they come to me 5 years going, how have you got there? Well, it's because I was boring.
Yeah.
I didn't go out and do
5 years of being fucking boring, but busy boring. You got 5 years of putting packet up your nose.
Yeah. I mean, we've all got different paths. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people try and fit in. If you don't fit in, you're an outcast.
You got that FOMO. Everybody got that fear of missing out. I can't not go out with my friends.
Yeah.
Trust me, you are not going to miss everything.
You're not missing anything.
Your friends are going to go to the same club, the same bar, see the same people, fuck the same people, do the same cocaine, drink the same drinks, and you feel like you're missing out, and you've done it for the last 3 years with the same fucking people. There's no way you're going to miss out on anything new because they're going to do the same shit that you've already done.
Yeah, definitely. Some leopards just don't change their spots, but it's never been my go-to. It's never been my route. I'm happy being an outcast.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
so hard.
I refuse to fit in.
All I ever wanted to do was fit in. So I spent years of drink, drugs, violence, pretending I was somebody I wasn't, and then I always felt odd, like different. But everybody was like, you done this, you done that. That's amazing. That's great. And then until I actually self-developed to look in self-education and change my mindset, I'm like, bro, you lot are doing nothing. You lot are going nowhere, and you're going nowhere fast.
No. I mean, education is brilliant, and I found I kept my head down more as I got older.
Yeah.
And it's like they say, the older you get, the wiser you get. And I never liked studying or education when I was younger, but now I love it. I sit there in the evenings with my meal prep, watching a podcast or reading a book, finding, always trying to find some way to expand my own knowledge. And while people are out on a Friday, Saturday night, it probably gets a bit lonely and a bit boring, but but
in 5 years it's not going to be lonely and boring when you're exactly. You got to put in a little bit of work. You got to put in a little bit of time.
You have to commit. Some days I used to work 14, 15 hours.
You got to do that. You got to put in the hours.
10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'm still studying, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
That comes back to a very, very good quote I heard. If you want to buy things without looking at the price tag, you have to work without looking at the clock. Yeah, that quote that gets me every time. I'm like, so fucking true.
It is true. Yeah, it's spot on. Again, a lot of people. I have my friends now message me on their lunch break, and they're like, "Oh, I've got another 4 hours of work," and I'm like,
That's it. 4 hours.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes I wish I worked a 9 till 5. I really do. It would have been so much easier. But I love a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, I love the graft. I just love it. A lot of my friends are born different or I'm built different because it's just the mentality I carry.
Do you think that trying to change some people around you into that mentality is a losing battle? Because there's a lot of people that I know that I've tried to help, I've tried to support, I've tried to help change, to try to give some books, some self-education, tried to tell them to come on some seminars, but they'll constantly blame their situation, they'll constantly blame their money, they'll constantly blame their job, or they get really fucking offended if I ever tell them that they can change. Do you ever find that with you? Like if you try to help someone, they'll just brush it off or push it away?
Yes. I mean, some people you just can't change. You know,
Can't
if they're
save
not,
everyone,
No,
yeah.
if they're not willing to change, or I've told, you know, a few people that have been close to me, and I've said like, look, your friend circle is shit.
Yeah.
Like you need to fucking drop them off because you know they're out clubbing, doing drugs at their house. You know, they'll get a phone call in the morning.
Yeah.
I've fucking done pills, and I'm like, mate, it's 7 o'clock. Like I've been up since 5:30. Like I'm working already.
Yeah.
You know, and they're fucking hungover or feeling like shit. But I would say probably 70% of people that are close to me,
Yeah.
I've changed them into, you know, different routines and things like that.
That's good. That's
100%. You know, I had one of my friends, again, drink, drugs, everything like that, out on
Yeah.
the weekend, you know, down Cameo, buying bottles,
all the
trying
time.
to impress birds and things. And I remember I said to him, like, you need to fucking sort your life out. Like, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And yeah, now, you know, he travels around.
Good lad.
He's following the passion of the business that he wants to,
Good,
you know,
good.
to pursue. He goes to the gym every morning. He's got routine and a structure. So I do believe you can help people, but if they're not willing to help themselves, then,
Yeah.
you know, they've just got no hope.
Massively, and it's not like you're taking away that night out from them, because every now and again they can still go on the night out. They can
100%.
still retrace their steps, and people are still going to be there. No matter how many years you come back, the same
same
losers
faces.
are going to be in the same fucking position that you left them in. But if you work hard now, you change your habits now, and then you come back, have a night out with them, and fuck off and do your work again.
Yeah,
You're going to be
yeah.
in far better position in 5 years. Like you say,
100%, yeah.
10 years, your life will have changed while their life remain the same. And if you're unhappy with life now, how the fuck are you continuing to complain, bitch, and moan about life now, but not change anything in life now?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you know, even now, sometimes I still go out with my friends and you know, I'll sit there with my orange juice. And
Yeah.
I might have a little, but I like G&T. I love a pink gin. And I sit there, I might have a drink, and then we just go our own ways. You know, I just say, are you coming out? No, yeah, you know me, I don't go out.
Yeah.
And some people are easily peer pressured.
Yeah.
And I think peer pressure is a bad thing. You know, because if one person's drinking, they're most likely going to get, you know, someone else, have a drink with me, have a drink with me. And then before you know it, you know, the 5 of you are drinking.
Yeah.
And that peer pressure, it just keeps building and building and building.
You peer pressure each other into failure.
Yeah.
You're constantly non-stop telling each other, drink, do drugs. When one person's saying, I don't really want to, and you're pushing them into it,
Yeah.
you're effectively, you're bringing your friend down. You're holding your friend back. They want to change their habits, routines, but then you're telling them to change back into what they're trying to get away from.
Yeah, see, I think a lot of people, they try to change their own ways, you know, and they might speak to their friends and be like, look, I really need to knuckle down. I need to change. They're going, yeah, that's fine. Next thing you know, they're out with their mates. They're, right, I'm going to go home because, you know, I want to start my week off strong.
Yeah.
And then, they get dragged down to the loophole. The best solution for that is obviously get rid of them.
Yeah. Massively. You got to
but
cut some
then-
people off. Not forever. Just so you can put in those routines and habits.
Yeah, I would rather live a life alone than be around the wrong people.
Massively. That's one thing that a lot of people need to learn to live
Yeah,
with.
and I think it's very difficult for people to be on their own.
Yeah.
The independence, it seems very hard these days. You know, everyone feels like they need to rely on someone, or they need someone with them, or they feel lonely.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong, it's nice to be around people, but the wrong people, no. No, I'd rather, just be on me Todd.
Just be alone. Just leave me the fuck alone.
Just leave me alone. Quiet life, happy life.
Yeah, I get a lot of people that watch my content and they'll get offended by it. Even if it's a positive message, because they lack the responsibility or the action to change their own lives. They get offended by what I've said. So I'll have something like, it's your responsibility for your weight. It's your responsibility for your drug habits. It's your responsibility that you ain't got no money. And I truly, honestly believe that. You know, if I put on weight, that's my fault. If I spend all my money, that's my fault. If I haven't got a second job or a side hustle or started a business, that's my fault. And I see a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, you don't say that, you did this. And they'll get offended at me for something that they internally are getting offended with themselves, but they don't want to hold that responsibility. They don't want to hold that L.
No.
So they're pushing it back onto me. You can't say that, you don't know my situation. Fuck your situation. That's your excuse, not a situation. You've just subcontracted, you know, a situation with excuse. That's your responsibility.
I think, again, you know, when it comes to responsibility and people, when it comes to it, I find when they get told the truth, that's when they get offended. Because they know it's the truth. People only get their backs up when something is the truth.
Yeah.
And you know, you got two options in life. You just got to get on with it. You know, everyone's got problems in life.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever a smooth road. And if it is a smooth road and a smooth journey, you're not working hard enough.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. If you're not struggling, you're not going in the right direction, because you need struggles to make you stronger.
Yeah.
And the stronger you get, the stronger your mind will be. And it's just that mentality of keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
Yeah.
You know, how many millionaires have gone bankrupt or, you know, bust before they've made it? Because
the vast majority of them,
100%. You know, I've been up to London and met people that I know that are well off, and I say to them, like, how the hell did you get here? Like, you know, did you struggle? And the majority of them are like, mate, I've hit rock bottom. Like, they thought about throwing a towel in, you know, and they're out there driving Maseratis at the age of 26. And I'm like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean?
That's where I want to be.
Yeah. You know, that's the ambition. So, but no, I mean, if you don't hold yourself accountable for your actions in your life, and people get offended, you're never going to please everyone, and unfortunately no one's going to like the truth. You know, I'd rather someone be upfront and honest with me and say, right, man, I think you're being a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you're probably right. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I get that. And I'll go back to the drawing board and think, right, okay, do I come across cocky or arrogant? You know, and I'll find ways to resolve it, you know, if things get like that, because sometimes things can go to people's heads too quickly. And
but that's what you need, the real friends around you. And I say this in many of the motivational videos. Real friends, like you just said, real friends will say to you, Mac, you fucking up, Mac, you're doing wrong. Real friends will tell you what you need to hear. Fake friends
100%.
will tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So your fake friends will encourage your drink, your drug use, your nights out. They'll encourage all this because they'll be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll party with you. Your real friends will be like, geezer, you're going down the wrong path. Like what you've done with your friends. You're going down the wrong path. Come and do some work with me. Come and read this book. Come and do that business. Come and start that job. Come and do something that's going to be against what you want to do because you need to do it.
100%, yeah. I mean, I've always tried to inspire people in the right direction. You know, I had a call with one of my clients today, and he turned around and said to me, he goes, you know, I'd love to work for you, or I'd love to, you know, have an opportunity to start my own business, you know, one day. And it's a nice feeling that people feel like they can come to me because they see certain aspects of my life that they would like to pursue that. And I've always tried my best to think of the positives, and if someone come to me with a business proposal, you know, and they wanted help with it, then I'll happily sit down with them and go through it. You know?
Good,
because one day I might need their help. I might fail and be like, oh, actually, you know, that time I helped you get set up, I need a job. But yeah, no, I think a lot of people are very negative. You got to find something you love, something you enjoy, and if you generally feel like you've got a good idea, go for it. You know, if people say, well, that's a silly idea, no, it's my idea. It's my idea, and I will follow it, you know. And just work on it. Just work hard on your idea, your goal, dream, and ambition. It's yours. That's how you got to do, you know. You either what's that quote they say? Either live with a busy one, babysit a broke one. And to learn to live with a busy man or babysit a broke one. I think that's how it
And
says.
women love that broke man. I need to look after him. My man, he's had a hard day of drug selling. Your man's got drugs on tick. He ain't a busy man. He just got drugs on tick, and if he doesn't sell it, he's
That's
gonna get beaten
another
up.
bad thing, isn't it? Fucking ticking drugs.
Yeah, and everybody wants to play that gangster, but nobody's actually that gangster.
No. I think this is why they should remove cash, because a lot of people just flick out a couple of 50s and they like,
Yeah.
you know, but
As we were saying, playing gangster. So I see it a lot. I see it a lot at the club. I see it a lot in society. But mostly around the area, you know, I follow mostly motivational, inspirational, educational pages, people online. So that's feeding my mindset constantly. But when I'm out working the doors or I've been around normal people in normal life, everybody wants to play gangster. Everyone wants to play they're the big dog or you know. And I don't fully understand it, because you know these people on a personal level. Like that geezer who's working at Tesco's then goes to the nightclub to pop a bottle to tell people he's living a luxury where he's got a fake Rolex on, he's got a pair of Jordans that cost him 300 quid. That's about a week's worth of work of your life, geezer. Then you pop a bottle, that's another 100 quid. That's another week's of your life, geezer. To pop a bottle for a night out, it's costing him the work he's doing. You're selling your life to impress people who don't care about you. And the same with drug dealers. A lot of low-level drug dealers, you know, they're really shit. Like, honestly, guys, they're terrible. You know, stop doing it. If your drugs are on tick, you're shit. Like, if you're listening to this and you're a drug dealer and you keep ticking your drugs every month, you're a shit drug dealer, bro. Like, I remember when I first started selling a bit of weed, I got my first ounce on tick. Sold it, gone back with the money, give him that, then buy the second ounce. That's it, no more tick.
no, yeah, clean.
Yeah, now it's mine. So all of it's mine. Rather than be like, can get my first ounce ticks, go sell that. Can I get another ounce on ticks and I'll give you the money for the last ounce. Now I've got a bit of money from that ounce, and then can I get the next one on tick? But then I'll give you some of the money. Like, just get yourself off that tick list. If you don't sell it, cool. You don't owe no more money.
Build it up.
Yeah, and build up from there. Like, I don't owe any money. But then when you got your first one on tick, you sell that, you come back, you give him 2 loads of money, now you can get 2 ounces. And you don't owe no money. So, you know, you can carry on building up from there, but everybody wants that another one on tick, another one on tick. You're a shit drug dealer if you keep doing that. And it is literally how people live nowadays. They get a load of different drugs from different bigger drug dealers who are doing it properly, earning money, and they're low level. They're living at their mum's yard. They got some shit car on finance that's really, really making them fucking run dry. They got a full-time job. They go to the club. They got all these drugs and tick, and they're just impressing girls to go back to give them shit sex.
2 pump done.
Yeah, and I see it so often. I'm like, these are inspiring, well, could be inspiring young men that could be strong, powerful young men and live lives full of fucking abundance if they just put that mindset or that work to use.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think especially when it comes to clothes, like everyone wants to wear nice clothes, but I find a lot of people are all about the designer stuff, which I've never been fazed by it. You know, I've got a couple of decent bits, also like fucking Gucci or,
Yeah.
you know, I think that's probably about it.
Yeah.
But no, I would rather invest my money into something that's going to make me money.
Yeah. Like your tools for your business.
Exactly. Yeah, things like that. But going out, spending, you know, your week's dough on
Impressing a couple of
Yeah.
girls who have been run through by everybody else
Yeah.
doesn't impress me at all. You go to work all week to go out to pop a bottle to bang the same girl that everybody else has banged. That's absolutely mind blowing.
It's just not. If I went out, for instance, with how I carry myself as a person, and I saw that, it's not attractive.
No.
It's not
And I
attractive.
used to find it so attractive. I used to be in that mindset. And I wanted the pop bottles, and I wanted all the trainers, and I wanted all the stuff. And yeah, it's a nuts way to have that mentality.
Yeah, I think you know, too many people try to impress.
Yeah.
Which you find a lot of people, they're rolling around in like I don't know, I don't really know any designer, mate. I can't
Well,
help you
mate,
there.
I'll take yeah. You got
know-
that. Oh, this is my got a Canada Goose jacket. It's
Yeah,
£500
yeah,
jacket.
£500 coat. You know, they probably have moths in their wallet.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly that. You got no money in savings, no money in ISAs, no money in stocks or shares. You got no money to the bank. You got a car on finance, and you got a jacket that cost you 500 quid.
Yeah.
and you're broke as shit.
to impress a bird in a Primark dress.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that girl's in the prime Arnie who's been ran through by everybody else, but now you've shown her your Canada Goose jacket, and you're still not paying your mum's rent. The mentality of people is absolutely crazy, and I also find it like disheartening and sad that so many. I see a lot of young men who could be good family men. They could be good men who respect their parents, but they don't. They simply just want to fight each other, fuck girls, and they feel like that's the life.
Yeah, I mean, social media again is a very touchy subject, especially when it comes to like, you know, fucking Snapchat, and I refuse to have, you know, things like that. Even Facebook, I rarely use it. You know, probably work content. That's probably all I use it for. But you see so much of this stuff on social media, and again, everybody just wants to fit in and fill the part. People want to feel important.
Yeah.
Whereas if you took yourself out of that situation and you went back to education, you know, and you started that business proposal or worked towards that job promotion that you wanted, and you really dedicated yourself for 6 months, you know, to pursue that, it makes a massive change on how you carry yourself. And then the next time you go out, you're not really interested in buying a bottle and looking to pull that blonde bird sitting on the table with her friends and things, because you can make yourself important by you know, educating yourself and pursuing things that you want.
I think that's a strong message by, you know, Andrew Tate, Tristan, Justin Waller, Sterling. I think one of their strong messages that they put out there is a lot of young men are trying to impress the wrong people for the wrong reasons, just trying to fuck women, and it makes you less of a valuable man when you're more accessible to people. The less access people have to you, the more value you become. That's men and women.
100%.
And instead of building ourselves up as men and women who have morals, respect, honesty, you know, honor, everybody's trying to sleep with everybody, everybody's trying to fuck with you. But instead of building up yourself, you know, get into the gym, earning more money, becoming better financially, mentally, spiritually, that's when you build your own values and you attract the right person to you. But everybody wants to live on this low level. Everybody wants to attract low value people, want to fuck about with low value people. And you start to lose your own worth when you hang around with people who haven't got no worth.
100%. I mean, I've always lived off that quote, you attract how you act.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
I've always lived by that, especially within the last 5 years of my life. You know, when I was younger, I used to drink and, you know, go down a park and do all that naughty shit. And but no, yeah, you attract how you act, and I still to this day live by that. You know, I just don't get why people just don't try.
Nah, I think it's kind of the hard work. People don't want that hard work. Like, that's why we was talking earlier. People don't want to work hard, build up a business. You know, it took me a long time to build up the business I've got. And again, like you said, you started off with a van. I started off with a really terrible camera when I first started my business. But you build up and build up and build up.
100%.
Say that to someone now, and they'll be like, nah, why would I want to do that when I can earn 50 grand from feet pictures off a foot finder? Bitch, your feet look like Frodo Baggins' toes. Shut up. Ain't nobody want to pay £5,000 for your dirty ass toes. Like, it's very rare that people are going to get that 50 grand that they see online.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that make a lot of money through that are already the ones that have been well established.
Yeah, they have to work up to it.
Yeah. I mean, when OnlyFans or whatever probably first come out, it was new. It's a bit like TikTok. When that first came out and you jump on it straight away, bang, you know, it's a new platform. And obviously when OnlyFans was a new platform, a lot of people gained a lot of, you know, clout from that, from early stages. Whereas if you try to do that now, you're gonna
get lost in the sea of people who are selling their minge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a bottom feeder.
Yeah, and then men can't do it. Like, if I whacked out my Corey on OnlyFans, ain't nobody gonna be joining up and trying to see that, even less than the women. So it's a lot harder for men to be able to go and do that option as well. But women lose their self-respect and their morals when they do that. I get they want to earn the 50 grand, and if you want to be in the sex game, by all means, go and do that. But know that it will limit you in other areas of your life.
100%. I think once you probably take that route, you have to stay in it for the rest of your life. Maybe. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you go down to the porn industry again.
Yeah.
I've got one of my clients, they do all of that side of things, and I have quite an in-depth of how, she runs things and does things like that. And that's just how she carry on living their life with it.
I got full respect. If any woman or man wants to go down that route, that's your life. I've got no negative feelings towards your life. I'll still talk to you the same way I talk to everybody else. I still show you respect. I still show you a lot of love. When it comes to dating, no chance. When it comes to building a family, no chance. When it comes to saying this is somebody who's really, really close to me, no chance. Because that's not somebody that I want to build a life with, get with, or have the, speak on respect, morals, and again, holding yourself back. My friends shouldn't be able to see your pussy for the same price as their pizza, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
You go out for a meal and your friends...
Netflix.
Yeah. I don't want to be sitting down with all my pals at the weekend, having a nice meal out, and then they'd be like, "Oh, do you know what? Your girl's pussy costs less than the dessert."
It's true. I mean, they'll probably find someone at some point in their life they'll settle down with.
Yeah.
They might be probably a bit degenerate themselves in the nicest way possible. I mean, personally, obviously, I'm a family man. I have, great morals and respect, and I would I'd probably. I'm trying to find a way to word it without coming across a bit like find a woman that values themselves, and has respect, obviously, for themselves, for me and my family, and almost a business class category. And I would have to put myself in that category of, that's what I would wish to have, later in life, and to find, rather than, someone that's been poked by, had more pricks in a cactus.
Yeah. If it's used and abused by everybody and accessible to everybody, it holds no value in my life.
No.
So, just wrapping up, where can people find you? Where can people find you online? Where can people get hold of you? Especially for a lot of, online coaching, PT work.
So obviously with my social media, it's Instagram. That's all I use, really.
Yeah.
It's just Insta.
Just Insta, yeah.
I don't even call myself Macaulay on there. I'm just known as Official King.
Official King.
Everyone just calls me, King. I go to the gym sometimes. I see people like, King. And I'm like, all right, mate.
Happy days, yeah.
So Instagram is where I'm at. Seems to be it's one of the best platforms, I think, for like business and thrive and things like that.
Yeah, still easily the best platform I like to use anyway. Thank you very much for coming on, man.
Thank you very much.
Hey, we're out. Peace.